Hi everyone, so 2023 is coming to an end and we've had some brilliant films this year. We've also had our fair share of letdowns. So here is my rundown of what I think was the best and what I think was the worst films of 2023. So coming in at number one, so my best film for this year has to be Oppenheimer by Christopher Nolan. I just think everything about the film worked. Visually, the film is stunning. The storytelling is superb. Cillian Murphy knocks it out of the park. It was a film that had so many big names in it, but yet no one seemed to outact anybody. They all brought something to the role, or to the film, sorry, and it just all worked. People that know me know Christopher Nolan is my all-time favourite director at the moment. I think he's just brilliant. I think anything he turns his hand to is gold. So yeah, best film of the year for me, guys, Oppenheimer. My fun films, the film that I had the most fun watching, got to say Super Mario Brothers. I thought it was just brilliant. It was just funny. It was just a feel-good film. Once again, the voice acting was brilliant. The amount of adult humour mixed in with humour for kids was a great mix. Once again, visually brilliant. But yeah, Super Mario Brothers is definitely my most fun film for 2023. Best horror. I've actually got two here because it was hard to pick out of them. I loved Evil Dead Rise. I think Evil Dead Rise was absolutely superb. Especially bearing in mind I wasn't much of a fan of the remake of the Evil Dead. I love the Evil Dead franchise. I think Sam Raimi did an amazing job with the original trilogy. Bruce Campbell as Ash was brilliant. And Evil Dead Rise, I think, captured what the original trilogy had, whereas the remake of the Evil Dead, I felt just missed. So yeah, Evil Dead Rise is one of my favourite horror films of the year. And the next is Saw X. I was expecting it to be good, but I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I thought Tobin Bell in it was fantastic. Seeing him come back as John Kramer was absolutely amazing. The story was clever. It just fit in so well. It didn't feel like it was a cash grab. It didn't feel like they were doing it because, oh, we can make another Saw film. It really, really worked. So yeah, best horror films of 2023 for me, guys, was Evil Dead Rise, Saw X. That takes me to my most surprising film. A film that I wasn't actually expecting too much from, but actually turned out to be brilliant. And I've seen it a couple of times now. And that was Talk to Me, the Australian horror. Now, it was very close to being in my top horror film of the year. I really liked it. It was like an original story. It was very like an old school ghost story for myself. That's what I found it anyway. I thought the acting was very good in it. Bearing in mind, it didn't have like big names. And I think that's what helped it, because then you could rely more on the story base. There is a sequel coming out to that, guys, which I can't wait to see. See if it's going to follow directly on from the first one, if it's going to be a separate story or what. But yeah, so Talk to Me, absolutely loved it. And as I said, it was a complete surprise to me because I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. My best film from the streaming services, it's got to be Rebel Moon. I know I've seen mixed reviews about it, and anyone that's seen my previous video where I talked about it know how much I loved it. Once again, I've seen it a couple of times now. I think Rebel Moon was fantastic. I love what Snyder's done. I love that he's trying to build this new universe. Yeah, Rebel Moon, guys, I can't talk highly enough about it, and I can't wait for part two. My biggest letdown of the year, I'm going to have to give that to Five Nights at Freddy's. It promised so much, but for me, they just couldn't make up their mind what sort of film they wanted to make. Now, I know Five Nights at Freddy's has had a bit of a cult following due to the video games and stuff. But I've spoke to people that played the video games, and they've come across with the same theory as me. It felt lackluster. It just, as I said, they didn't know if they wanted to make it a comedy, a horror, an action film, or what they wanted to do with it. So yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, guys, was my biggest letdown of the year. And the last one that I've gone for most predictable, and probably going to get a lot of hate for this because a lot of people seem to like it, but Scream 6, I just think the last two Scream installments have missed the mark massively. Scream 5 I was extremely let down by. And when I saw the trailers for Scream 6 at the start of the year, I thought, oh, this, they're going to redeem themselves a little bit. But, I mean, within the first 20 minutes, I guessed who the killer was. I guessed what was going to happen. Scream 6 to me, guys, was my most predictable film of the year. I didn't enjoy it because I gathered what was going to happen. So that's my list, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything you would change. Let me know if there's anything you'd add. Hopefully 2024 will bring out some great films. It does look like some good films on the horizon. Let me know what you think. Cheers. Bye.